Welcome, D diddly D D D D. What a great morning it is. It's raining outside in lovely England, and I'm going to play some blitz. I'm going to try to get up to 2600. Probably won't manage it, but hey, that's life. I need to get some practice in for Ben Feingold. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's been suggesting new mouse, whatever they're called for me. I think I'm going to go for a little vertical one or maybe a touchpad. But I'll get down my local computer shop to try some out. So thank you for all your suggestions. Very kind. As someone said, maybe I just need to get a new hand. Yeah, I'd love to get a new bionic hand. I mean, I just think, like, you know, I'm a little bit slow in that region. You know, must have used that hand too much in my lifetime. You know, all that writing that I've been doing for books and things. So one thing I'd like to tell you about now is it's time to vote before I play a game on where are we? Time to vote. Let me just get this up on this website, and it will come up in a second, on which game I should annotate on. Basically, for this is my good friends running this. There's lots of games here. If you could go and check out this website, I'm going to give the link to this website in the description to this video. And if you could check this out, it's all the games here from this league in London. And you know that each week, I try to do it each week at least, I'm trying to commentate, do a video on one game. And you, the viewers, in the chat below, can you please leave your thoughts on which game you'd like me to do a video on? So it's kind of like, you know, I'm gonna look at a game, do a video on it, try to explain where the people went right and wrong. If I can, do my best. And this is a summer chess league in London, so go and check that out. Now, it wouldn't be correct to have a GingerGM video without the intro, which I totally forgot about. So you know what? I know a lot of people hate it, but a lot of people love it, and more people love it, and I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. So I'm going to play the intro now, and then we'll play some blitz. It's a bit of a discombobulated day today. God, I had to say that, didn't I? Okay, let's. GingerGM. I mean, I just think that's like one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I really do. I mean, like, Side Chess Delia, who made that, such an imaginative and brilliant chap. He's done loads of other stuff. I'm probably going to plan this major stream very soon. It's upcoming. I think I'm going to plan it for this weekend, you know, but if not, it'll be very soon. So keep an eye on my Twitch and Twitter to get an idea of when I'm going to be doing that. Okay, let's go with the Dutch. So I'm playing the 2600 Grandmaster, and I'm not going to waste time by looking up his name now. I've done that before, and every second for me counts because I'm so goodness graciously slow. So now we have a Dutch position, which my opponent has allowed me to get e4 in. And generally, I guess this should be about equal. He's trying to secure these two squares for his knight now with his last move. On the other hand, I'm going to try to secure the center. So hence why I played d5. And I suppose my opponent's position kind of resembles a, in some respects, a French defense. So I'm just thinking about this one. If knight f4, I want to put my bishop on f7, because in the French defense, d4 is your main weakness. And in this position, it seems like d5 is probably my main weakness. Of course, he can come back now when I probably want to keep this bishop, I guess. He hasn't done that. Instead, he's come here. He's trying to get rid of my defenders of d5. So I'm going to support that one there, so I can take back with my knight. And I really need to keep an eye on this one. So what about if I take with my knight here? Do I want to exchange off these knights or not? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the right decision. I'm expecting some queen b3 move at some stage. So, okay, so here and now queen b3 would be a logical French defense when he's got all of his pieces lined up against this guy here. Okay, that's interesting. He's trying to he's trying to now find another target. So he's pressurized me in a number of places here, and I have to defend. So if I can stabilize, my center, then I expect my position is pretty okay. But that's a big if. Queen b3, probably I have to go knight b6 because I have the space advantage, so I just need to stabilize the position. Okay, so he's pushing over here with Harry, cheeky mother plucker. And now maybe, what am I going to do? Well, let's play this knight b6 anyway. Just need to try to defend my weak pawns. Given a chance, I would like to go king g7 now and rook h8. He's kind of opened up the h-file for me. I don't know why he took on g6 there. Did he really need to take on g6? As I've said in my videos before, sometimes releasing the tension is a mistake. You know, you want to keep on holding on to the tension. Why release the tension? I was never going to take on h5 because it would have weakened my pawns too much. So I'm a little bit surprised he did that, but it's probably not a big mistake. And my plan here is literally just to get a rook to the h-file and maybe a rook to this file. So my opponent is going for a similar idea on the h-file, but he can't move his bishop. So he's never going to really get much action over on that side of the board. But okay, I mean, again, it's totally balanced position because here, his pieces are very well positioned, aren't they? Okay, Oakley, God, don't sound like Ned Flanders. Don't do that. Right, so how do I continue? How about knight here? Takes. You need to think of a plan. I want this knight to come into g5. I want to go for the most active plan I can think of. Now, I'd be a little bit careful of some knight b5 and rook c7 idea. I guess I can go rook d8 and rook d7. I want to keep my rook on h8, ideally. So, you know, knight b5 here. I could go rook c8. Maybe rook c8 is okay. I just wanted to keep my rook on the h-file, but maybe having control of this file is more important. So my opponent is now coming for this. Is he actually threatening to take there? Well, if he does, I can go queen d6, and I think that is going to be quite good for me, isn't it? Because my bishop, which I manoeuvred around to f7, seems to be doing a good job. Okay, so he's come up with another plan. He wants to go here and mistreat my knight. Okay, so now I need to give a little bit more protection to this one. And I've got to come in. Can he take on d5 here? Well, he might be able to. It might win a pawn, but it does lead to some interesting tactical possibilities now. Like, I've got rook takes. But bishop takes will leave this one a little bit funny. So bishop takes. Well, I'm going to go rook takes, actually, because I think my bishop, I want to keep this piece. I just feel I want to keep this piece. And I like this piece. Okay, well, I'm surprised the way he's played this, because now he's walking into a pin. Obviously, I'm not going to take there straight away. And I do have this e3 check as well. Okay, so he's countering this with d4 check. Quite a clever idea that my opponent has come up with there, which of course I failed to see. And I need to just move bloody quick now, don't I? No flapping about. Just move, you imbecile, move. And I still quite like my position, even though I'm dropping pawns all over the shop. His communication over here is pretty abysmal, hence why he's played this. But now he's giving me chances to attack, so I'm going to damn well take it, I think. And with my... Okay, let's come in like flinch. I love threatening checkmate, don't we all? And d5 is dropping at the same time. So this is looking pretty terrible for my opponent. Just don't... Okay, so he's finding ways out of this so far. But surely my pieces are flying in here. And... Okay. Good start. Boom! Boom, boom, boom! Bit early for all this booming, isn't it? Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I probably didn't play that as accurately as I could. But it was all right. Okay, so we've got another Grandmaster, this time from Ukraine. And rather than a London system, I'm going to go for a more I don't know, what the hell is that? I've never seen that move before. I'm just going to, if your opponent plays a weird move in the opening, don't let it freak you out. Just play natural moves. That's what I'm going to try to do anyway. I mean, I don't know how long I can play natural moves for. I'm not the kind of natural player. And my opponent is playing very aggressively. But again, you know, moves like G5 never scare me. I'm kind of always happy when my opponent plays it. Unless I lose a piece to H5, H4. God, how do I, you know, why do I say these things? Okay, but even here, maybe I can generate some play. I don't know. Interesting opening choice that my opponent's gone for. Now I want to go knight G5, but am I just getting that trapped? And knight here, my pieces are looking pretty terrible. Yeah, maybe this is just a pile of poo. Because he's got bishop H6. I wanted to come in, but I can't see how I'm going to make any of these moves work. And this is the only way to avoid losing a piece. So he has won the opening battle. His weird and interesting idea has worked. And, well, the issue now is just bishop D6. And, well, bishop D6 may have even been stronger for him because I couldn't have defended this one. And, you know, I'm still, as we can see, not enjoying myself here. Well, I need to play e4. I need to play e4. Let's. My one hope here, and I'm not worried about losing d4. I don't think, because I've got rook d1. Is that I can, you know, somehow get to his king. Okay, I'm surprised he's done that. That looks incredibly risky to me, because surely I've got this check. This is a very risky strategy my opponent is playing at. Is he just going to castle and just say, you have nothing, you have nothing, you're nothing? Okay, well, maybe he is. Maybe he is. And if I go here, he goes here. I kind of feel like I should be looking for something aggressive. Knight b5, he castles. And I'm spending maybe too much time here as well. But this is a critical position, hence why I'm spending too much time. Probably one tempo short here, aren't I? Just one. Okay. I'm going to have to just play quick, otherwise there's no hope in this game. I don't want to exchange queens at all. So, yeah, this has not been a good game, but it's still a little bit murky. My other knight coming to e4. He's got f6, winning a piece. When I say murky, it's probably not that murky, is it? Really, it's probably just absolute crap. But I don't know. I'm gonna claim it's murky. So here, queen here. That's a problem. I wanted to get bishop here, rook here in. Well, okay. Let's keep continuing. I've still some chances. You know, if he castles now, I can take here and take here. I've got queen check on d8 coming in, and if I go bishop here and manage to coordinate one more piece, well, I think I've flicked this one in first. Okay, quick, Simon, quick. Oh, flip it. I only looked at it going the other way. That was pretty poor. I had to move king to b1 there, but okay. It's always a pity when they don't want to have a rematch. You know, you kind of feel like, you know, if the first game goes wrong, you know, you get a bad opening, which often happens. I mean, maybe I should have kept that. Okay, he does want a rematch. Good. So, right, need some revenge here. So let's go for... Oh, he's done it bloody again. What am I doing? Did not want to do that. I wanted to play obviously a French defense. Can't be doing this. And I know people are going to say your sensitivity is too high. The problem is, when I put it down, which I'm going to do now, then it means that it basically takes me ages to get the pieces to squares. So, okay, it's a real sort of... Okay, let's not moan too much. God, I moan so much. I do moan a little bit too much, don't I? I'm sorry. Okay, come on. Stop your whining, Williams. Stop your bloody whining and get on with it. Be a man, whatever that means. Be a man. Be a ginger. Okay, right. Well, you know, I've got kind of Hedgehog key set up, but I'm not a brilliant fan of my position because he's got a lovely piece there, hasn't he? He's got a lovely piece on g5. So I need to try to create my, well, I say my counterplay, some counterplay in the center. Now he's given up a pawn, I don't think I want that pawn because it just feels like I'm opening up too many lines. Okay, I'm allowing him in now. And I was hoping that this way I could generate some play. I mean, okay, I want to give up a pawn by potentially giving up this one. You know, by getting rid of this one. He doesn't want to do that. Now, do I have knight takes here? You know what? I'm not going to think about that too long. Now, he might have knight takes e6 there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this to get rid of his centre. Now, I'm not sure I entirely believe this move. But his knight is trapped. The problem is his my knight on h6 is also bad. So he has something like this. Okay, but I quite, you know, I'm surprised he did that because I'm always quite happy personally when I get the two minor pieces. I am dropping this, but surely I can generate some counterplay here, some active play. Can I not? Maybe I can't. Maybe it's nothing. First of all, what am I doing? Well, I kind of like my rook here. I don't really want to move that away. But rook b8, he's going to take here. Can I try trapping his queen here? Then he goes bishop here. No, I don't want to do that. Could go here, takes... No, don't really want to do that. But I'm losing that anyway. I need to... Okay, I need to think of a good plan here. See, the kind of move I want to play is this one. But I can't do that. My knight is not very well placed. But if I move my bishop to try to get to e5, bishop f4. But where else can I move my knight? Okay, you know what? I'm going to try some weird idea here. I mean, this might be completely wrong. But I want to try and just play h4 and maybe play like that. I don't know. Is that such a ridiculous plan? You know, it takes h4. Well, he hasn't gone for it. He's not played it. And right. Well, I think he should have. I mean, I think my move was more bluff than anything else. The idea was taking h4 just to try to get some way into his king. You know, I can check, put a knight on e5 there and activate, even if it had cost me like a couple of very important kingside pawns. But I needed to find a way to activate my pieces. But now we're getting to some kind of position where, I mean, generally when you, if I had the two pieces for, why am I, God, have I actually just been thinking, I'm just the exchange down. How did that happen? Oh my words. What complete blindness. Complete blinded by the light. God, what happened there? I'm going to resign. I thought in that combination that I was... oh, because I sacked a piece in the first place. Wow. That's the complete blindness of calculation there. I don't think I've ever done that before. It's the first. I actually thought I had two pieces for the rook. But as soon as I actually counted, I used to be quite a good counter at school. I realised that actually, no, I only had one piece. So, okay, right. Bloody hell, Williams. Okay, well, let's see. Let's try to do better now. Okay, I'm going to come at him with a hillbilly. But that last opening, that's what threw me. So let's come at him with the hillbilly. Because he played a weird opening against me. I'm going to do the same against him. And let's just try and play some typical hillbilly moves. Now, normally I go queen over here first. This, I suppose, resembles now a black Mardima gambit more. This type of position. But he's put two of his pieces over here. So I'm just going to continue bringing all my bits into play. And where do I want to put this rook? So I'm going to get my last piece into play. I'm thinking rook d1. Sensible square for the rook. He's going to try to come here. Well, let's do this one then. Let's move the knight. So I've got c3. This pawn's always a bit weak. And also, my knight kind of, I figure, is better on this square. So let's place it there. And I suppose he's going to go bishop g6. I'll then go c3 and try to get my knight into e5. And yeah, it's a pawn, but I got some open lines for it, so it's maybe not too bad. And I want to get the initiative. In the last couple of games, I haven't got the initiative. Well, instead of c3 actually, so I think rook d1's better because his two breaks, c5 and e5. I kind of want to break. So okay, this is better. Put the rook on d1. Well, we're stopping in that funny business over there, I think. And now I want to avoid exchanges because I'm a pawn down. And that looks like a decent square for one of my knights. I don't know, probably this knight. And I'm bringing another piece. I mean, that knight was on c3 before, where it wasn't doing much. I'm bringing it around to a good square. I'm not trying to attack with too much urgency here. I'm just trying to bring my pieces to the best squares first. Now, I kind of thought rook d1 would have put him off playing c5, but clearly not. And one more move I want to play until I start thinking of good attacking moves. I just want to tuck my king over here. And now I should be thinking how I can actually do stuff. Okay, so I'm not too worried about that either. I've got b5. But that's going the wrong way. Should I bring my knight around? He wants to come in here for his knight. I see. But then this is weak. So I'm going to put it on b5. It's a good square for my knight. I mean, I'm not worried about this coming in here because f6 then drops. Interesting position. And that's all we can ask for when playing such a move. Okay, well, I think g4 is a move that I'm not adverse to playing anyway. Maybe I should have been, but I'm not. Now, I can force something like c4, knight here, takes here. He wants to come into this square. So that was his clever idea. Now, I can double take and go knight here, but then he has this check. This bishop is not very good. I'll get rid of this bishop. Let's get rid of that bishop. I don't like that bishop. Let's get rid of it. And the thing is, that was quite clever, actually, forcing me to play g4. Because if knight... Okay, I'm surprised he did that, but he wants to keep this square for his bishop. So, I'll do this. I'll take here. Check. Luckily, I have knight to f3. Some reason I want to play rook to f3, but his bishops are very strong, aren't they? This is... Okay, yeah, this is not exactly what I wanted again. Okay. Yeah, that was clever. Forcing me to play g4 was a clever idea from him. I'll give him that. It was a clever idea. Getting me to play that move, weaken my king, was a good way to do it. And you can see how that has indeed caused my king some nuisance. And now this position, yeah, it's not good, is it? It's not good. But we'll try playing on. I need to get a bit of a better vibe roll going. That pawn is annoying. I want to stop the bishop coming to f2. But of course, this is pretty flipping horrible. Pretty flipping horrible here. And that is a very strong piece. Okay, I need to blockade that. So what am I, 2 pawns down? 2 pawns is not what I wanted. Okay, let's do my best at defending and try to move quick and somehow try to save this one if I can, which is not going to be easy. So my one chance, I've got to try to hustle on the clock. Now he's going to come here. So we need to get rid of as many of his guys as we can. And of course, this is a very smelly rook and pawn ending. And you can put his rook behind the pawn. That's also bloody horrible. That's a very easy win. You want to put your rook behind the pawn. Resignations is probably what's called for, but that's not going to help my cause at the moment. So I'll play on a little bit and just, just to get some kind of vibage going. Now he's using that one as well. Okay. He's got, yeah, rook there is a flipper. Okay, right, so, well, that's bad. I lost 3 in a row to this guy. It started off all right in the first game, but I've kind of a bit annoying. Right, well, I've got someone else now, but that was annoying. I wanted to do what I did in the other blitz session and come back sort of punching, but I'll play a little bit longer, you know, just to try to see if I can get some better games in. Okay, he's gone for a Dutch. Now, the one thing about this Stonewall Dutch, and I've played this way, is black. This bishop f4 move, followed by the setup I'm going to go for. Okay, well, generally you don't want to exchange off dark square bishops in the Stonewall Dutch because he has all these holes on dark squares. It's not so serious, but it should be, I should be a little bit better because of, for example, this big square, which he's going to try to exchange off. And looks like he's done his homework, so we will allow that one. And you know, I kind of want to keep one pair of knights on the board, but I don't see how that's possible, so I'm going to have to go for this. He can go e5, he can play c5 as he's done here as well. Now is e4 a move I want to be playing? Do I take here? I'm not getting quite on the vibe today, am I? Well, a4 seems like a useful move. This is always useful to put the pawn up here. That's my weak pawn. I just want to see how he's going to open the center up. So he wants to take here, take here. Okay, now something I want to also avoid. Okay, let's try to get his bishop to this square, to c6. Now he takes. He will take here. Again, I'm not getting openings I'm that comfortable with. I think that shows the day. You know, I know I'm sort of making some excuses, but it's quite important when you're playing, I mean, in any kind of chess, to get openings which you really know. Now, in a long play game, some setup like this, which I'm just not used to facing, because whenever I played the Stonewall Dutch, I never swapped off dark square bishops. But the key thing is really, you need to sort of be comfortable with the positions you're getting, and that's and know the plans in the middle game without thinking too much. And I'm being sort of tricked out in these games, but okay, I mean, that's something I need to you know, one way to improve your chess is if you have some bad positions from the openings in blitz games, make sure you look at them afterwards, which I never do. Never do. Can't be bothered. But if you really want to improve, it's a good way to do it. Okay, but it's saying that now we've had these exchanges in the center, I would imagine this is benefiting me as long as I can keep my pawns contained. Now here he takes here, but I've got a very useful pin then. If I go here, he takes here. e5 first, maybe. Let's see what this ending's like. I've got this pawn, and I don't know. Am I just really playing this bad today? Maybe it's just maybe I'm just playing very bad chess. Okay, well, again, I'm on the back foot here. I mean, my pawns are actually not strong. They were overextended. Well, let's see what we can do in this ending. Obviously not going brilliantly today. Have to try to create something here, and I'm down on time as well. Well, got to rely on this guy to do some damage. Now he can take here. So what do we do now? Oh dear, this is not good. So I'm just going to close the window, one sec. So, okay, right. Right, well, after this one, if I lose, this has been a bad session so far. I'm going to turn it around, and I can sort of probably write this one off. I'll keep playing again a little bit, because two rooks are very tricky. Two rooks can create a lot of problems. He can't come to e5 here, so he's got to come up. And I know I've given up on my pawns, but I'm trying to get as many chances as I can. At least in this position, I might be able to swindle some kind of a petrol with my rooks and make things a little bit difficult for him. But okay, I'm certainly going to start. I've got to psych myself up to move up a gear in the next game. So, right, well, at least now I am threatening just to give him a petrol. That's something. Some kind of a petrol here is threatened. So we'll go for that. And, well, can he escape here if I do that? Yeah, I think I can go here first and actually... Oh, shizer, time. Okay, let's just play this move. Ah, dear. He's coming. He's escaping out. Yeah. Yeah. Still trying as many tricks as I can, but with 10 seconds left, he should be very safe here. Right, and after this, it's going to be time. Okay, come on. Now we recover. Now we change the way we're going. Come on, Russian opponent. Let's play again. That was a poor game from me. I think I'm gonna play more aggressive. So I'm gonna go e4 and get some pawn sacks in. Okay, so let's go for my wing gambit in this one. Maybe I should try the Mora. I don't know the Mora very well, but we're gonna go for this. Let's go for some wing gambit. Come on, time to pick up the pace. And well, I honestly don't think black should accept the pawn. I think these kind of positions are a lot easier for me to play. I always prefer being white in this type of structure. It's a bit like if you know, a Benko gambit, but I have this lovely pawn on e5, which kind of does a lot of damage to my opponent's structure. So, okay, so I'm just going to bring my pieces out. Now, the reason I did this before pushing Harry is, maybe I should have pushed Harry because it's got this little move here. Should have pushed Harry. God, you know when you're not pushing Harry, things are going wrong, aren't they? Well, I really don't want to swap queens off, so this is the only way to keep on. If I go to e2, knight f4, and okay, I've got g3 and h4 coming anyway. But then, what's going on today, guys? It's really bad. Really not happening. Okay, let's go. We have to go for this. I'll need to force that queen away. So he's gone back, and now I can try to rearrange my pieces a little bit better. And h4, Harry has got to come. He's got to come. Okay, but first, you know, finish getting those pieces in the game. And now surely h4, h5 is the right plan. I mean, the last piece I could get in, I could travel this guy around, but you know what? Ah, Harry, can he take there in the end? That's his idea. h4, bishop here. Well, I can go bishop e4, so it's not so bad. Because otherwise he's doing some damage on the long diagonal. And what should my follow-up be? Well, something with, I'd love to move my d pawn and go bishop c1 later on, trapping his queen. So he really wants to win this pawn. So now I'm just going to tuck this one away because I think he can't take here as long as I've calculated this correctly, because I've always got b7 on, and d4 gives my pawn a little bit more protection. So just a messy position, very messy. Let's get this one on d4. It's got to go to d4, hasn't it? I've got to defend my one advanced unit here, and still not finding an easy way to take advantage of the positioning over here. I mean, now if he pushes the f pawn, I'll be honest, I'll take my opponent's position. I think something with the f pawn. Maybe I take on Passon and go here. Right. Well, that surprises me because his bishop now comes a lot worse. You know, that bishop had a lot of potential always to attack me down here, but it becomes worse. On the plus side, he's made this bishop a bad piece for me, so maybe it's not such a bad development of events for him. So f6 is the one move he wants to play. Right, now that queen, love to have this knight on a better square, but f6 is coming. Rook g1, queen g4. So can this knight travel? Let's try getting this knight in. Last piece, we need to get it in the game. And if f6, I think I'll just take here. Oh, I don't know though, that opens up his bishop. So complex to these kind of positions to get the right idea. So take here, then okay, well, let's do this one. And that was the move I feared, but I still did it. Why did I do that then? Crazy, still okay. I'm gonna have to get the queens off now. Come on, it doesn't matter. It's only a couple of pawns. We're gonna pull this one back. Gonna dig in. Come on, Harry. You can change my destiny here, Harry. Come on. Come on, Harry. How can we create some nuisance? Let's flick them in. Let's flick it in. Move them quick. Move quick. Come on. Let's just get in there. Create as much mischief as we possibly can. Come on, Harry. Do we push him again? Don't know how that's going to help. Got to move quick. Keep the pressure up against this guy. He hasn't got any squares for his knight. Otherwise, this one would be in trouble. So, problem is, if I go here, he's got G5. Right, so I'm going to put all my pieces over there and pray that I can get some little cheeky tactic to work, which I can't see how I'm even going to get a cheeky tactic to work in this position. His pieces are not that free. Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. You know, if in doubt, what you do, you shove your guys up the board. Rook here, and Gary's going to go. Don't worry. Oh, stop defending. Come on, Pin. Okay. Come on, Clock. Oops. Shizer. He's got Rook here. Fuck a duck. Fuck a fucking big duck. Not losing this game. Not bloody losing. Fucking hell. You mother trucker. You mother trucker. I'm not losing. I don't care if I do it dirtily. I don't care. Dirty's okay. Dirty is absolutely not a problem. It's really not a problem. Get in there. I don't care if it's dirty. I need a little bit of a confidence booster just to get in a roll again. That was dirty. That was dirty. It's raining outside and I should go and probably stand in the rain and clean my soiled body after that horrendous game there. Okay, right. Well, let's see if that can be the start of something better. Now, this is kind of a mix between Dutch and an English defense, which I'll sometimes play. And I quite like it. I think knight c3 is an error because as soon as I get my bishop to e4, it means his plans are d5, which is a normal plan. He wants to play d5 with a bishop here, but all those plans disappear, basically. But I'm not better here. It's just a position. So, two ideas. I've got e5 or I've got knight f6 to control e4. It's all about the central squares, these two central squares. Well, if he's going to go there, I'm not thinking about playing e5. e5 is happening. And if he takes on e5, maybe I'll even take with my knight. Now, here, I'm going to just... I could play e4, but that makes it very blocked and maybe quite hard for me to win. So I'm gonna try to keep a little bit more flexibility. You know, b4 at some point. My knight comes here. Now I've got d6 of my knight. My knight can come to e4 as it's coming and back to d6, which is quite a nice square as long as he doesn't have this move c5. So, which he has got. So I need to try and maybe do something with his pawns. I'd love to force him to go b5. So maybe a right plan for here is a5. Okay, let's just make sure we don't do anything silly. Just keep all my pawns as well protected as I can. I also had f4 there. f4 was possibility, but I'm trying not to allow his knight in. Probably want to go h5 first, just to control this square, and then play f4. But as I mentioned, if I can get control of the c5 square, great. If he goes a3, then at least I get the a file for my rook, as we're going to see. I'm going to swap off, and I will take the a file. Gives me another file. Can't be bad. h5, good move. And f4 becomes a possibility. And now even knight g5 ideas are hanging. But I like this move. It's just a nice move. For example, now I can win the exchange. And that was a little trick I was setting up, because now I have knight h3 check. And exchange is an exchange. And I've also got f4 without worrying about knight g4 here. So knight g5. What the blooming heck is that? The guy's gone mental. The guy's gone mental. Okay, well, we're not going to be scared by his Billy-O bullshit. Not too much. Come on. Let's just... If I calculate and defend properly here, then I'm going to win. So let's not freak out. Freak out. Freak out. Okay, right. Let's not do that. Now, do I have anything clever? Check and knight f4. Or do I just... Let's just put the king somewhere safer. Come on. And if he comes on the light squares, queen g6 or e4. I just put my king here to avoid a knight check. Don't do anything. I don't need to do anything spectacular. Now, why can't I take another pawn? What is stopping me from doing that? He wants to go queen c2 then and be trickster. Be a trickster on me. Now, I surely... Well, then my knight... Does he have it? Oh, he has a good discovered check. He does indeed. Okay, now... it's been a little bit tricky. This guy's a tricky customer. Let's... I don't know. I feel like I'm playing some funny moves here. Okay, but I'm a bloody rook up. You know, come on, Williams. That seems like a move, but you know, I've just got to be a little bit careful. Now he's creating all these little annoying threats to me. Annoying. He's annoying, this guy. Right. What about this one? Just keep it under control. Come on. Under control. Now, is he going to try to come in here? He's using his pawn. Right. Well, I don't think I need to worry too much about that one, do I? I got rook takes e4. I could have played that last move. Let's play it now. Come on. I'll just take all this. Let's just take everything. Now, takes... Is he going to queen? I don't know. Let's see. I'm a rook and a knight up. See, I've got rook d4, which should, worst case scenario, give me what I want. Do I go check first though? Let's try to mate him. Yeah. Why am I messing about with any niceties? I've got knight here check. Yeah. Let's mate him. Let's mate the guy. Come on. Knight e1. And now, where's the finish? Should be something nice here. Surely. I've got check here. Check. Right, come on. Got rook here is simple and good, but time's running out. I'll play this. I'll keep it simple. I don't need to overcomplicate. This gives me very good advantage. God. Right, I'm spending too much time. And I hustled him last time, so would it be justification if he hustled me now on time? Well, maybe, but not justification for me. And peace up, so as long as I don't do the silly things in life, I'm going to be winning this. And it's always nice to play someone who's slower than me, you know, always nice. Right, here comes the roll again. What did I play last time? Well, I played e4. Let's go back to d4 now. Now I've got a bit of confidence back. And I'm going to stick with c4. Just to have a change of London system. My opponent's playing like the Nimzo Queen's Indian setup here. And now I'm going to play a move which... This move in a3 I play generally. This move g3 is trying to take advantage of the fact that he's played b6. And, you know, weaken this diagonal. It's always better in these types... And this is now a typical pawn sack line. I mean, I've had this kind of thing... on a couple of occasions, and this is a very main line, but my novelty here, which has never occurred in a real game, most people take on d5, but this little move, which is a secret move, castling here, and this has occurred in hundreds of top games with, well, I mean, Magnus has played this, is my little novel idea. And now e4. I can't remember, you know, when you calculate these things, I can't remember all my work on this, but it looked very dangerous for black when I did it, because I have always this e5 break. I know I've given up 2 pawns. Are the 2 pawns important? We'll find out. Okay, so I'm going to have to play e5 to prove that my pieces have some ideas. Okay, now g6, queen h3, or queen here into that one. And again, I'm just trying to make his life difficult to castle. And like I said, the whole point of this fianchetto line is the bishop can be very annoying for him. So queen here, knight here, queen here is one idea. Where else can my queen go? Queen h3 gains a tempo. Not sure if I like my queen there, but it does gain a tempo. So let's put it here. Now I've got bishop h6 stopping him castling. On the other hand, you know, I'm not saying it's all good for me because his pieces have good squares as well. Well, knight e4 must be played. This knight wants to jump in somewhere. Now, knight f4 may be a good move from him, trying to take pieces off. Quite complex. Knight f4. Then I can dive in with a check. So, okay, so is he going to try to castle queenside? Well, that could be his idea. So, I don't really want to allow him to castle queenside. But he's looking quite safe over there, isn't he? Didn't make the best of this sacrificial idea. Does that really do anything? Move my knight there. Does bishop there do anything? Okay, bishop there. Bishop there looks right, because if he takes, at least I've got knight d6. And I need to gain control of this d6 square for my knight. This I have to do. Okay, so he's got castle, but I found a way to now make his life a little bit difficult. So I could take here, but I'm actually going to take his bishop, because that bishop of his is such a strong piece, and I've still got f7 coming up. So luckily I found the right idea there, taking control of d6 square. That was bishop g5, is a very important way to continue my initiative. And well, my next idea is just to bring the knight in here, and luckily now I've always got my fantastic bishop on g2. So, you know, for the rest of the game, you know, I am winning material here, but for the rest of the game, this bishop is very strong. He's got a good knight. Yes, okay, you've got a good knight. Don't show off. Well, let's just try to open up the rook. I don't need to take a rook yet, and he's trying to keep things closed over there. Okay, what about this? Just weird position. Weird position. Should I be getting my queen back around? This is maybe what I should be doing. You know, maybe here and here. Actually, this is much better. Why don't I go queen h4? Okay, now I need to take a rook. I mean, that was silly of me. I could have got a very strong position. I'm going to take... Do I really... Okay, do I take... Okay, let's grab h7. A bit too materialistic. He hasn't allowed me to do that. So my queen is bad. I've got rook d6 as well. Rook d6, queen there. This one f4. Why not? Why not throw this one in? Time. And then b3 is one of my ideas. Knight d3, b3. Undermine his pieces. And okay, this should be good for me. So I just gotta move quicker now, and get a little bit of a move on here. Right now, okay, I'm gonna. Oh, he's got queen d4 check in some positions. Fuck, queen d4. Why did I allow? I wanted to go queen here, but I've done this totally wrong. Queen d4 here, check takes here. Maybe I'm just about okay. Well, I need to play actively. Queen d4, king here. And if he checks, I can take. And then if he takes here, rook f1, and I've got his knight and pawn. He can go queen d8, and I'm relying on my bishop. So I still think this is all right. Time. Why don't I get queen to e4? Playing this, I'm grabbing too much material in this game, you know. Shite. Time. What am I doing? What am I bloody doing here? Playing like such a beginner in this game. Ugh. Actually, even right until the end, I still think I had him here. And I've just played some really atrocious moves. What the fuck was that? My words. Okay. That was really bad. I mean, that was always doing all right to me until I just slipped up a little bit there. Panicked. I went into panic mode. Okay, we're playing till I lose another one. Not a particularly great session again. Lost elo points yet again in this session, unless I have a major run of wins now. But we will have to improve for the fine gold match. That is for sure, because Ben is a good player. He is a good player. Sometimes I still think I should beat him easily. But he's not a bad player, and I want to crush him. I want to crush him like a fly, because that's all he deserves. He deserves to be crushed like a fly. So I need to improve some of the things that I'm doing in order to do that, and I've got to be a little bit more critical of myself, because obviously I'm going to be commentating on that as well, which does lower the strength of your play, I think, without a question. At least one thing I'm doing well. I mean, I'm starting off very badly, and I always do that, but I'm able to recover a little bit in my to my credit, I guess. Now, interesting position. Opposite coloured bishops, and if I can get my bishop on this long diagonal, I will be very happy. So let's attempt to do that. Let's attempt to get my bishop onto this diagonal, because he's played g3, weakening his structure over. Probably what I should do, I might try a little bit more 1 minute chess. When I get a good mouse, I'm gonna go and get myself a good mouse, and then I'm gonna try a little bit more 1 minute chess, because that must be the way to sharpen me up. As soon as to get me playing quicker, I need to practice 1 minute. I think this is something, yeah, I've got to do. I've got to practice 1 minute chess more, because a lot of the games I'm getting myself in trouble with, I think personally they're down to time management. So okay, now it's a pity the queens are coming off, but that's something we have to deal with in our lives occasionally. And now, do I have queen here trying to keep them on? Well, let's do it. I like keeping the queens on the board. I'm threatening checkmate. It's always nice to threaten a checkmate. And I've got my rook coming to e8. And you can see this is why I put the bishop here. This is my one main idea. Still, I don't think he needs to panic too much, my opponents. He's got f3, rook here, queen d5. He's got queen d5 straight away. Could even be a better move, when I think the queens are still going to come off. We have a roughly equal position here. Opposite coloured bishops always makes these the likelihood of these. Okay, so let's take them up. Let's take off that knight. Get rid of the opposite coloured bishops. And now I don't really want him taking my knight. Where does my knight want to go? Maybe at some point to f6 or to c5 and e4. That's probably the square I want to get my knight to. So I'm going to be working towards that, hopefully. Now, my pawns are on dark squares. That's good and bad when you have a knight against a bishop. Now, the reason it's bad is because he can target all my pawns. But because his pawns are on light squares, and that's obviously what happens when you get this kind of locked structure, that can also be good, because my knight can attack his pawns on those squares, and his bishop won't be able to defend them in an ending. So that's a little tip worth remembering. My knight can defend my pawns and attack his pawns. His bishop can only control one of those color pawns. Right. So how are things developing here? Well, my opponent's being, seems like he's kind of drifting a little bit, but maybe nothing too much is still happening in this game. Now, am I playing c5? Now, that is a move which we could now get this ending I was discussing if all the rooks come off, which I honestly don't think is too bad for me. Now, do I put my knight on e6 to stop his king coming in? King here, king here, king here, king here, king here, here, h4. Put my knight on e6 first. Let's do that. Maybe it is bad for me. We'll see. I've got to stop his king coming in, I think, first of all, and try to find a route in for my king. and maybe place a little g5 move. Get my king to e5 could be very pleasant. Okay, let's keep doing my king in. Why not? My knight's very good here. That was a good idea I did there. Oh my god, it's good to give yourself a pat on the back sometimes. But I don't know. I mean, probably still equality. Now, if he checks knight king here, check. But can't I just win a pawn? And this is something I was saying. His pawns are on these light squares, so he can't defend them. And that was obviously a blunder. But I think I slightly prefer my position there. And the problem is, as we're going to see, probably, his pawns are ready for the picking. Now, if he takes, I can take and go c5. I'm hoping. Or maybe this one is better, just to get my d pawn going. Yeah, this must be the best way to do it. And I've got to throw the d pawn up him as soon as I can. So here we go. That pawn is very quick. That pawn is very, very quick. Not just quick, very quick. Now I could just take here. Just make sure that's winning. Let's just do that, simplifying into a winning ending. And this is the simplest way to do it. Not overcomplicating things. Keep it easy. And of course my opponent, not sure what he's trying to do, but that's the end of that. Okay, come on. I'm not losing another game. Right, let's try the birds opening. Get a bit of Dutch action in early. Oh, the King's Gambit. Okay, we'll do that. That's one of the things. If you play the King's Gambit, you play the birds, you can often sort of do both of these different lines at once. Now, I always think it's important to stop a check here. In this is called the something another. What's it called? Albion counter? Is that what it's called? Well, and I think d5 is a very good way of meeting the birds from black. And I think you get these interesting positions. And now, I'm trying to remember the theory. Again, you know, it's funny because I don't know if it's like you guys that maybe when you look at some theory, you remember it, but then, you know, if the same position comes a month or two or even a year or two or whatever later, so hard to remember exactly what you were looking at. And that's the position here, which I'm sure this is kind of a theoretical position, but for the life of me, I can't remember the actual theory. Is it something like this? Okay, well, I think c3 is a good way to consolidate my pawns here, if I can. And he's got these double pawns, so maybe structurally I slightly prefer my position. And like I say, I'll play until I lose another game, as I often do. Playing quite a lot of these little blitz sections. I've got loads of work to do, but they often turn into, I should be doing work, you know, rather than doing these videos, but they often turn into marathons, you know. Which I'm probably going to regret when it comes to like, you know, working all night on various projects which I'm doing. But anyway, everyone needs a bit of blitz relief. Oh, did I just fall for that tactic? Fuck a duck, I did. I just fell for that tactic. That was shabby. Simon, I had to take that knight. Why didn't I take that knight? Silly. Okay. Well, this could be the one, guys. This could be the one that I lose. This could be the game that I lose. And I have to take here as well. Ugh. Oh, dear. That's an ugly pawn structure. Didn't want this pawn structure. Well, hustle mode. We've got to turn it on now. So, now. Oh, God, it's disgusting. It's like I'm 2 pawns down here, not just 1. Because my oh fuck, flipping heck, oh shit, that's that. Okay, well, I'm gonna resign there. Not very happy the way I played there, and lost some rating points considering to what I was started on. Way it goes sometimes. It's annoying chess, you know. sometimes when you just feel like, you know, you're not, it depends a lot, I think, on your mood. Somehow sometimes you can play really well, you just get in a roll. Other times you just play like I did there. So still over 2,500, so I suppose it's not the end of the world, but one of these times I'm gonna have a good session where I just crush everyone. It's coming, I can feel it, but I need to keep this practice up. So I will get myself a mouse. Thank you all for watching. Remember to vote. Please do vote on your favourite game from the Summer League. I'll put it in the link below, and I better go and do some work now. So I'm not sure when I'll do another video. It'll come soon, but I've got to catch up on lots of work for the end of the month. So thank you for watching. Cheers. And another thing I was going to ask before I go, actually, maybe I should make these videos a lot shorter, like 20 minutes long rather than an hour. Because looking at the viewing figures, the analytics, people only watch for, on average, 15 minutes. So, you know, maybe this is too long. You know, maybe this is just too long, these videos. Who knows? Maybe worth thinking about. Okay, thanks anyway. Cheers. Until next time. Bye.